What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 46 of The World's First. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested. Now, today we're going to be playing Bristol Rovers in the league, but of course, before we get to that, we must go over how he fared in the league and the FA Cup over the last month's plus worth of matches. But even before that, we have a couple new people joining the squad, one of them alone, and one of them assigning full straight out. So let's take a look at those two. So I read one of your comments and you said I should probably play a more defensive-minded tactic because the 4-3-3 wasn't really doing it all that much. Yes, we had the attacks, but we didn't have the defensive ability. So I thought to myself, why don't I try and go back to the 4-4-2, bog standard 4-4-2, but that of course means I needed to go out and get wingers. Q Neil Giggs, who we loan in from Cardiff. Yes, he's 18 years old. Yes, he needs time to develop, but he is fairly decent for the National League level. He's got a good set of legs on him, 11 pace, 10 acceleration. He's decent physically, decent mentally, needs a little work on his technical attributes, as you can see. 7 passing, 7 technique, 8 in the crossing. As a winger, I want them to try and lump the ball into the center so they can, give it to the strikers, and hopefully they can get goals out of that. So he needs to work on the crossing. His first touch isn't too terribly bad. It's a 10, but yeah, like I said, needs time to develop, but he is a fairly decent player for this level. So hopefully Neil Giggs can help contribute to some of the goals we can get. And then I needed somebody out on the left because I didn't have any left wingers or anybody that could play left wingers. Q Jack Steele, the only other person that I brought in, 22-year-old Englishman, and he is a left winger through and through. A lot better than Neil Giggs, mind you, but take a look at his physicals, not a single one in single digits. 11 pace, 13 acceleration, he's got some decent mentals, could, use some work on that, but his technical abilities is what drew me to him with an 11 crossing, 10 first touch, and 11 technique. I really want to utilize him and his crossing ability to the fullest extent and try and lump the balls into the box as well, because that's what 4-4-2 is what I want. I want to try and get the balls up to the strikers as fast as possible, so I'm looking to try and cross in from deep and hopefully get some attacking chances. Now that I've introduced you to the signings, let's take a look at the results. And as you can see, since our last live com against Southport, we lost the next 2 matches against Bournemouth and Bishop Stortford, both top 5 teams. And I would have loved to have pulled off a shock draw at the very least against one of these top 5 teams, but it was not to be, as they pretty much dominated the match throughout the 90 minutes. As we lost Bournemouth 3-1 and then 2-0 to Bishop Stortford, Rob Foster being the only goal scorer on this day. But we did turn it around against Tamworth and haven't lost since. Admittedly, we've had 2 draws in the league, but it's still, we haven't lost since the 2-0 victory versus Tamworth to see us into the first round proper of the FA Cup. Tom Marsden and Marvin McCoy seeing the goals through that gets us through into the first round. As you can see, we then took on Lewis and beat them by the score of 3-1. Sorry, Jack. But Elliot Pond, Liam Davies, and Rob Foster on this day, moving us up into the FA Cup second round, which we will be taking on Rochdale in just a couple weeks' time, and Rochdale in League 2. So a little bit of a challenge as they are in the division above us, but I'm going to try and milk it for as much as possible, try and get some squad rotation. It's not going to hurt us if we lose out in this round right now. We have exceeded expectations. It's just all about form and fitness. Now, getting back to the league, against Newport, a 3-3 goal fest thriller. Liam Davies and Rob Foster with a brace on this day, but we threw it away in the 89th minute as Newport County came back in the second half with 2 goals to help bring them back to get a point. And then against Oxford City, we were able to get a goal even after Marvin McCoy was sent off in the 34th minute. With the help of Oxford City, we were able to get a goal basically from a defensive blunder, then putting into the own net. As you can see, own goal in the 44th minute. So we got 3 points out of that, a very lucky 3 points. Following that, the next match in the league was against Torquay, and we came away with a 1-1 draw here. Liam Davies in the 21st minute. However, Torquay equalized within the first 5 minutes of the second half. Defensively, we both were stopping each other's chances, and so it pretty much felt like it was going to be a draw all the way. So very nice to come away with a point here. And then against Accrington Stanley, who were sitting right around us, I felt that if we were able to come away with 3 points here, we can start our push up the table, and we did. We got 1 point here. Actually, we got 3 points here, winning by the score of 1-0. Ryan Freshwater, the guy who pops up almost all the time saying he's ineligible, somehow wasn't ineligible today, and he was the deciding factor, getting the goal in the 78th minute. So, as you can see, hopefully we can continue our run here, our undefeated streak since Tamworth. 6 matches unbeaten, cross fingers. Hopefully we can do that against Bristol Rovers, who are sitting in the top 10. So with those results, that push us out of the relegation zone, but only slightly. We're in 19th place, 24 points through 21 matches, and we're going up against Bristol Rovers, who are sitting in 9th place. If we somehow come away with a draw with this, I'll take it. That's probably the best possible result. If we somehow get a win, that'd be even better. But a lot of the media are probably going to predict a loss on our part. So I want to try and minimize the damage and hopefully, knock on wood, come away with a draw. As you can see at the top of the table, AFC Telford 6 points clear of Wrexham, with Stockport, Ebbsfleet, and Bishop Stortford right behind them in the playoff spots. There's no chance we're going to be in the playoffs this season. My best bet is to try and move to mid-table, 12th, 13th place. That would be best case scenario for me as a newly promoted side. But first things first, we got to take care of Bristol Rovers, as we are just about to hit the halfway point of the season. So it's going to be the battle of 4-4-2s, as this is the formation I've been using the last couple of matches, essentially since Neil Giggs and Jack Steele came into the club. It's obviously not perfect, but anything can happen, and if the past 2 results are any indication, 4 points from 2 matches, it's proven to be somewhat effective. But against a team like Bristol Rovers, we can only hope and pray that we somehow get a draw out of this. So let's take a look at the lineup. We're going to have McCullough in net, McCoy, Stotts, Sunday, and Widowson along the back line, with Giggs, Freshwater, Jones, and Steele, the 4 midfielders. The 2 up front, Liam Davies and Rob Foster. Elliot Pond has been asking for first-team football, but he just has not been delivering. So I'm going to try and play him off the bench, maybe as a super sub. I don't know. Maybe it's time to move on from the Elliot Pond experiment if he's going to continue being very lackluster in this division. But other than that, Matt Ryan, Carl Piergianni, Luke Morton, and Daquan Jones, the other subs there, with, as you can see, the rest sitting way off into the stands, not playing on this day. So, cross fingers, let's hope something good happens and possibly come away with a draw, but let's go kick off and see what happens. Well, 20 minutes gone, and the only highlight really wasn't even a highlight. It was just that we injured one of their players, so they don't have a lot to work with. Hold on, highlight, Stott coming in, and just past the post. We may not have had a lot of shots compared to Bristol Rovers, but we are making the most of our chances. I do have this on extended, as you can see, so there should be a lot more highlights than what we're seeing. This is only the second highlight of this match since the opening highlight. Ball coming in, Andre Jones just shooting it well wide. That was a very ill-advised shot. Free kick, Steele trying to get into the box, but nobody is there on the end of it. Maybe we can come up with it and get it back in. Giggs picking up McCoy to Andre Jones through the center. Here we go. Maybe we can get some sort of sustained attacking movement, except when you do that sort of bad passing. Widowson to Jones, flipping out to Steele. Steele could do well with a cross from deep, but elects to pass it in. Morin to Jones, through to Davies. I like this passing, but takes a shot. It is saved by the keeper, forcing a corner. Widowson to Morin, takes a shot. Oh my god, it almost went to the far post and cleared off the line. Jones to Morin. They're very content playing it through the center. Luke Morin, oh, he's already on a yellow card. It didn't even look like he was the one committing the foul. It looked like the Bristol Rover guy was committing the foul, and we're down to 10 men. I mean, when you have 3 yellow cards already within the first 40 minutes, the game's going to be chippy, but this is rather disappointing. So we're going to have to play with 10 men from here on out, and that completely bollocks up my plan. All right, so Andre Jones is going to sit in the center. He probably would be better as a ball-winning mid in defense, so I can, play him a little deeper. But yeah, this is pretty much how we're going to go for the rest of the game. It's rather unfortunate. Bristol Rovers with the ball 2 minutes from halftime, looking to have that pressure now that they're up a man. They get out on the wing. Brown crossing in. What a save from McCullough from point-blank range. McCullough saving a goal and keeping the score 0-0. What a great save. So we come up to halftime. I'm surprised there has not been a goal yet, but now that we're a man down, we need to do everything we can just to prevent Bristol from getting anything out of this. At this point in time, I'll take a 0-0 draw, but only time will tell. Second 45, let's go back out there. 5 minutes into the half, I've already made one sub. Elliot Pond has come on for Rob Foster. I was mixing him up with Liam Davies, but he's already on a yellow card. Don't want to, see any more of my players getting sent off. Like I said, we're down to 10 men already. Don't need any more taken off. But it looks like we're doing fairly well with the ball. Steele coming inside, tried to cross it through the face of goal, but goalkeeper right there. Matthews making the save for Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers overrunning our defense right now. We really can't do anything about it. The ball going outside to Brown, who whips it in, goes far post, and off the underside of the crossbar. It's 1-0 to Bristol Rovers. It was inevitable. You knew it was coming. I mean, with how many yellow cards this team has right now, it was only a matter of time before we either, got another red card or we conceded a goal. You honestly have to think, what would have happened had Luke Moore not fouled out, or I should say get a second yellow card and get himself sent off? Would we still have been more competitive in this match? Would we have had a goal ourselves? I mean, these are all things that obviously we will never know, but we have a decent attacking chance right here. Liam Davies taking a shot, forces Matthews to make a save, and we get a corner kick out of it. 1 minute left to go in this match. Bristol Rovers taking it all the way to the byline, almost getting it in, trying the FIFA sweat way. And there's the whistle for full time. It's Sheffield 0. It's Bristol Rovers 1 at the Coach and Horses ground. Very unfortunate. Very unlucky. Like I said, if we didn't get that red card, would this have ended 0-0? Would we have gotten a goal? We'll never know. It's very, very disheartening that even though we still fought and we were still fighting to try and get that one goal, coming away with nothing, I felt that we deserved something out of this match. I felt we deserved a point, but it is what it is, and we'll take a look at this and try and build upon it. Let's take a look at the schedule now and see when we'll be coming back next. So these are the matches coming up until the end of the calendar year. We have Chester, Gateshead, Rochdale in the FA Cup, Alfreton, an unknown participant in the FA Trophy, Ebbsfleet, Lincoln, AFC Telford, and I want to come back versus Loughborough University, who are sitting in dead last, which is absolutely insane. If you remember, Loughborough came up with 4 straight promotions and almost made it 5, or at least almost made it into the playoffs of a 5th straight league before, obviously they're crashing and burning right now. What the hell happened? They're sitting in dead last place. Hopefully we can come away with some sort of result against them. I feel like they were the Cinderella story, and now I want to try and leapfrog them and become my own Cinderella story as we work our way up into the Premier League. So with all that in mind, that's 9 matches. At the very least, we will be coming back next time against Loughborough University. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please go and hit that like button. Of course, helps me out and lets me know that you're still interested in the series. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything at all, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.